Hey, y'all, everybody, what's up? Welcome back. I got something to talk about that was a bit, let's say, distracting for the last years of my life. As you can see, the curls are back, baby girl. These are giving diosa, goddess. Pues que aprende español, pues que aprende español. Vamos. A ver, pictures. I did not take pictures of myself that often, of my face, of my body, of everything. And I hated when people took pictures of me before I transitioned. So I'll leave some examples of pictures that I took of whatever I had in my life. So I lived in different countries, so it's not like something new. I usually take pictures of nature, a little memory of something that I experienced. I want to just save that picture for myself for later. Eventually, I have pictures of when I was in California, not much of myself. Um, Other pictures when I was in Ohio, mostly not of myself. I had a car, so I took a picture of my car most of the time, or my dog. Cute doggo. And then I moved to China. So in China, it was hard to connect with the rest of the world because China has something called the firewall or something. So it's pretty much like they block their internet from the rest of the world. So you don't have access to Google, you don't have access to Facebook, Instagram, any social media, any platform like Gmail. It's all blocked. So I had to download WeChat and then Alipay too. But then Alipay or WeChat are actually amazing. Um, People in China have been paying with their phones since like 2015. I was in China in 2017. So eventually, I took pictures of some things, but I lost most of the pictures because I changed my phone. And then I also did not have the VPN, so I could not really post many pictures. So I'm just going to find some pictures from Instagram. So I'll post one here or two things that I kind of liked. And yeah, in general, like even when I dated people, I did not like them taking pictures of me, which was kind of weird because I don't know if this is like a girl thing or not, because I see many girls take pictures of themselves while only few types of men take pictures of themselves. So this kind of got me questioning what's happening. Eventually, I started, let's say, taking videos and pictures of things more often when I moved to Spain, to Barcelona. I had some pictures of myself, but most of the pictures I took of myself, I wasn't smiling or I wasn't really seemed like I was having fun. But eventually, I took pictures because people want to take pictures or for the experience, for the time, for the memory that I'm trying to create. So cool, no problem. Fast forward in Granada, I took pictures of mostly biking because I was just kind of healing myself. I think Granada was a very important position of my life because that's where I actually started getting out of cold. Getting out of the system of what guys and girls should be wearing. And there it was when I just found myself trying different, let's say, relationships, but mostly it was the last Muslim capital of Spain. So there's one street called Calle Elvira where lots of Arabs still hung out, and I lived close up in that El Baicin, El Barrio El Baicin, and that's where lots of tourists comes. It's an old Islamic Arabic neighborhood, so there's a lot of Arabs hanging out, and that kind of made me feel a bit like because I did have some interactions with them, trying to kind of even bully me based on religion, like, "Are you a Muslim?" I'm like, "If you want me to be, I don't know." But eventually, I avoided certain areas, and I was just like literally riding my bicycle in the mountains, mountain biking, beautiful views. I don't know if I can get a picture of this. It's just magnificent. And then I actually started doing Tai Chi. And with this, I kind of started healing and healing slowly, getting rid of the last of my, let's say, addictions. I was pretty much addicted to smoking weed when I was like teenager, and then some drugs when I was in Barcelona. Like I was just taking drugs every weekend. And in Granada, I kind of just healed myself. I was smoking less, partying very few days here and there per year. It was like every weekend before. And I got a bicycle, so I was just kind of cycling. But eventually, I kind of healed most of the traumas, and I told myself, we're done with the relationships, we're done with pornography. So sexuality didn't bring us anything but trouble. So eventually, I just kind of had to get rid of anything sexual for a while and try to see who I was and just kind of open up to myself and say nice things and, like, you know what? I know you liked certain things before, but then with society, we had to adjust, we had to change ourselves. So we had to get rid of those and just bury them deep down inside. Sad. Eventually, I tried different things. Oh, I love the song. Okay, so the first thing I think I tried was a pair of pants that I found on the street that were women pants. I think corduroy, green, dark green kind of scenario. And I did not know they're women pants. I kind of knew they were a bit different, but I'm like, I just found it on the street, so it's not a big deal. I can just try them. If I don't like it, I'll just throw it back. Solved. I tried them on, and I was like, oh my goodness, look at that butt. So eventually, I was kind of looking like, wow, I like this. I like seeing myself in a different way because those things I used to avoid at all costs. Like I used to hide my, genital parts and anything sexual. And eventually, this kind of opened up a door of what else could I wear that would be different. So eventually, I got nail polish, and I think that's pretty much it. And I started experimenting little by little by only going to like online shopping platforms like Zalando in Europe or Shein. I would just go look, right? So I'll add to my cart things. And then I decided I need to go to the women's section and go find things that I might like. But at the beginning, I did not really try to add everything to the cart. Like I could wear this, I could wear this. It was like, no, that's too feminine. No, I would look like a monster. So I chose more androgynous things. I think my first go-tos were crop tops. Crop tops, tank tops, anything like showing a little bit of skin. And also women pants. Because jeans are jeans, the jeans could look a little bit different, but eventually they're just pants. You're not telling that these are women pants. Unless you're a woman, you know what's happening. But eventually the journey started from there. And I remember taking pictures and I was just kind of very serious. But eventually, fast forward into the non binary trip, I was still kind of serious with my pictures, but eventually I kind of eased out of it. And I remember I posted one picture where I did some interesting makeup and then I smiled in my picture. And I was like, you know what? I have a pretty smile. I have really nice teeth. So I need to show them more often. So I took this picture, I posted it on Instagram. I'll show you the picture right here. Right? So I posted this picture and many of my, let's say, exes who are seeing me transition mentioned, like, yeah, you have beautiful smile, you have beautiful teeth, you should smile more often. And they were seeing me transition, like I did not tell anyone, I'm like, I'm transitioning, like public post. No, I just kind of avoided people because people were the issue of me taking so long because I wanted things from society or from people that they would not understand. So I just kind of kept it to myself until they got to see it. And many people told me, like, yes, you need to smile more often. You have a really beautiful smile. And from that moment on, I decided, like, taking pictures a bit more differently, right? So I was smiling more often or not. But I think in my non-binary phase, I did not also smile that often because I had actually two non-binary stages. The first non-binary stage was me telling myself, yes, I'm non-binary. I can wear anything I want, but I'm still the masculine and I'm just trying to bring in the feminine to be a balanced human being. Ooh la la. And that was actually when I finished reading the Tao Te Ching, the Taoism book, which is a very interesting religion. I love Tao. It helped me a lot with my life also. Um, so eventually, the idea of like yin and yang, equality, masculine, feminine, strong and weak. So I was like, yes, I was hindering this feminine all my life because I did not want this. And everyone, you know, the feminine got me into a lot of issues, a lot of trouble with people. And I understand why women get, treated in certain ways because being feminine makes you vulnerable in some case. And I'm seeing the opposite with women nowadays. Like women are a bit more masculine in the way they dress and the way they talk, which you could say it's also feminine traits. I'm like, yeah, sure. But I don't see any man acting feminine who is a straight hetero male. So sadly, masculinity won. Ooh. Um, so eventually, I was I got some hormones illegally from Thailand, I think. And I did this non binary transition with estrogen, like 2 milligrams for 6 months. And when it finished, I told myself, well, we're doing this because we want some bodily changes. We read the Tao, the Tai Chi book, and the Tai Chi book said, follow your heart and do not force things. And I just wanted this body that was not possible. And I needed to accept that I will never be able to have this kind of life or body. So it was a lot of sadness. I actually posted a video of this saying that I just took my last estrogen pill, and I realized that even though I want these changes, I don't think they're possible. So I'm going to stop HRT and I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing and just going to accept myself, which means accept what society wants of me because it was not really accepting myself. It was just accepting what they wanted of me. Um, because eventually, if I myself were looking to have a less broader shoulder, a more balanced body, having wider hips, and I did not care much about the breast, to be honest, but I did think my body was out of balance, like having this top heavy and very tiny waist, and then I was very skinny, I was very tall, so I just kind of I did not like the way I looked, even though almost everyone, thought I was gorgeous. I had people in sports told me I had like the perfect body for track and field, and I did track and field professionally, so they're right. I got medals. And eventually, I moved away from the masculine into the feminine. And then I started realizing that I was embracing the feminine all the time, 100%. And I did not even want the masculine to be there anymore. So my journey led me to opening up from masculine into feminine without me deciding to be masculine or feminine. I was deciding it's like, I'm going to be non binary. But the pictures have changed. Now, if you go to my Instagram account, everything I post has a picture of my face because your girl is cute. Tell me I'm not. I don't care if you think I'm a real woman or no. I am fucking adorable. But this is kind of the healthy relationship I started building for myself after transition. I need to skip this ad. And my relationship with myself after transition changed. Even my friends told me a couple of times, different people, you look so much happier. You're just bright and shining and very, into life and you like life. Like I used to kind of hate life because everyone hates life and that's what society wants of you. But eventually, the transition led me into taking a picture of myself. At the beginning, I was not really smiling that much. Now it's like in betweens. But I'll show you some pictures of me as a non-binary that I'm not ashamed of that much. This is one. So cute. And nowadays, I post pictures like this. So, right. So I'm going to go out with this and I'm going to go find a mirror. I'm going to take some pictures. Probably going to finish recording this, take my phone, pose here for a picture, take my picture, and I'm going to go out, get some food. Just, look at myself in reflections. I don't even look at women, And this is kind of the good part. When I was like a non-binary person, I go out and I get so upset. Like I just have depression because I'm like, I do all this makeup. I do find all these clothes and I'm just trying to be something and I could not, arrive there. It was just super impossible. And I used to put all this anger onto women who were like, 15, 20, 30, even like 60-year-old women. I just get angry at them because I'm like, that's not fair that you could just walk out of your house, walk your dog, and look the way I want to look without you spending any time. And here I am, 3 hours doing my makeup, buying loads of different clothes, and I still do not look like what I have to look like. And this is when I realized, like, okay, I told myself to accept myself because of the Tao, but then this is when I realized, like, I'm not accepting myself. I'm accepting what they want of me. Now I'm definitely wanting something from my body. I want to change all of this because I definitely feel better this way. It's going to make life hard. It's going to make relationships impossible. And yeah, like finding a job is going to be hard. Finding friends might also be hard. Now, my deal was I want to own myself and be happy with myself. So I decided that me first. So I transitioned, and with the transition, things started changing. I started taking happy pictures. I started finding new friends. All the friends that I had before who did not want me anymore, they decided to leave me, which was great because I did not have to do anything. In some cases, I had to block some people because they started just like creeping in on my stories or pictures and whatever. But then they're following anti-trans accounts because some of these accounts pop up in my feed and it says your whatever friend liked this, and I'm like, bastard. So I just blocked them. I think one of my exes one of those, and I'm like, huh. But I mean, she was from Cincinnati, Ohio, and not a bad person, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not going crazy with my outfit today, honestly. I just really am happy that my curls are back. Oh my goodness. This is so cute. Okay, I gotta go.